Okay, so last week we shot two ARs for you guys, the Barrett 338 Lapua and also the Ruger AR-556 223, and we're gonna clean it and show you guys a very simple way to clean these guns. So this is what I prefer right here, this Hops cleaning kit. Typically Academy, this is where I got this from. So carries this. They give you these for free, and this is gonna be your primary cleaners right here. Your gun oil, and they give you a small one, large one, and then also your gun cleaner. There's also a copper remover that you're gonna wanna put on there. But that's on down the line once your rifle is 6 months to a year old, and depending on how much you actually use it for buildup around the trigger guard, barrel, that sort of thing. You know, especially what I've noticed is you get a lot of those deposits when you use handguns, like revolvers, things like that. But anyways, we're gonna go through it real quick and just show you kind of a quick way to clean an AR and keep it from rusting out on you. Just a pack of, you know, basically 2x2 cleaning pads. I'll show you what to do with this at the very end in case you're gonna store your gun like I do in a gun safe and leave it for a while. And then a bore snake. I love these things. So, just your typical AR like this one. Obviously what you're gonna wanna do is keep the clip to the end, because I'm not a big fan. A lot of stores and gun owners will leave these things cocked back, and springs over time. Obviously springs hold tension and they form memories, and that's unnecessary repairs that you would have to do to your gun on down the line, and I'm gonna show you a quick way to prevent that now. So remove your clip for now and get it out of the way. You're not gonna need it. And what you're gonna wanna do, these ARs are so simple to break apart and clean. I'll show you this little tab right here where this actually creases. They all have this button. The big part's like a rivet. And you pop it over and there's the small end of it. You just kind of push it with your thumb until you can kind of fill a gap right there. You can't push it anymore. You bring it over. And I would usually use a screwdriver, you know, that would be the professional way to break it apart. But I'm just doing this to show you how easy it is to actually break these open and clean them. You can just pop that up until you can't pull it anymore, and this breaks apart. And then you've got access in here to your trigger, your all of that. You know, there's the mechanisms, which typically that doesn't really require a whole lot of cleaning. I usually just spray that once, let it sit, wipe it off as good as I can, and then put oil in it and let it sit, just for storing reasons. So what I'll typically do here, these bolts remove very easy. Like I said, if you're a first-time owner, this could be tricky. I know that when I took this out the first time, it was kind of challenging to put this back, but you just pull on this like you're gonna cock it and pull this back, and then the bolt will come straight out. And this kind of is tricky to take out and put back in, which I'll show you an easy trick on that, and just kind of lay that to the side for now. You're gonna wanna soak your gun in gun cleaner for a little bit. Every time you use it is my recommendation. So this Hops gun cleaner, what I always do is point it towards my cleaning rag. Okay, and what I always do is just put a couple sprays right here. Not that you really need a whole lot, but you gotta remember whenever you fire these things, your bullet's down in here, and all of your powder is gonna spray back here and leave deposits. So you definitely wanna get that out as good as possible. So you just wanna spray it right there. And then I'll take and spray it down the actual barrel itself like this. A few sprays and get kind of close. And then kind of at the bottom, when it starts dripping out like it is right now, you know that it's gone all the way through the gun, okay? So just kind of hold it like this until it gets all the way through your barrel. That will keep you from having to clean out this gas block, because this is a gas-fired rifle, as many of you know. A more intense cleaning on this, you would have to actually take off the gas block protector here, get into it, blow it out, and we do that about every 60 to 100 rounds. But like I said, just more of a preventative measure. If you can just get in there and prevent that, this will actually prevent that from happening, you know, and prevent you from having to clean it out more often by just doing that. Now, as far as your trigger assembly in here, I'll always take and spray that down pretty good. And just let it soak for just a minute. While that's soaking, I always just kind of set it to the side And as far as the bolt assembly, obviously another video that we will shoot on down the line, I'll show you how to completely disassemble this and piece it out to where you can get a more in-depth cleaning of this bolt assembly, but it's not quite that dirty yet to actually have to do that. You can see the back of the firing pin right here. And there's actually, like I said, I can show you a way to completely pull that out and clean it. But what I'll do is just douse this, because this is what's responsible for actually grabbing your bullet, shooting it, and you know, you're gonna wanna just kind of douse that chemical and let it set for about 15 minutes. And also your charging handle here, spray it with this and let it set. I will tell you on guns like this that you get, like in, for instance, mine, I got in a custom color like this. You want to try to keep this gun cleaner off of the custom painted surface because it will fade. If you want to keep your gun looking new, if you don't keep this cleaner off of it, it will fade after time, without a doubt. So while it's soaking, I just kind of get this off the outside. And if it's really dirty and a lot of dirt comes out of this trigger assembly here, it can actually leave deposits on this color. This actually, when I bought this gun and I started reading through the owner's manual, this color is considered a Barrett gray is what they called it, which I think is kind of weird, but that's just what Ruger calls it. It's a custom color, rare color. Most of these are black, so you don't really have to worry about those deposits. But that's what this stuff is for once you're done cleaning your gun, if you properly clean it. Okay, so we're gonna try to get through this quickly. All right, so first step I always do on these AR-556s is use this bore snake. Now, an important piece of information that you guys need to know. The way that this rifle is internally spiraled, if you read your owner's manual, in most manufacturing sites that you go to, they don't recommend putting a brush like this, okay, which we're gonna use later, but I'm gonna show you the proper way to do that. They don't recommend putting that all the way through and then dragging it back. The reason being is because this thing is actually rifled in such a way inside, it's got a certain twist on it to make the bullet spin for accuracy reasons. If you go and basically send that cleaning rod through it and back and through it and back, what it'll do, eventually it'll wear it down to the point you'll lose accuracy in the gun. It's almost like taking a piece of sandpaper and you're gonna ruin your rifle doing that, and you'll have to buy a new barrel, which sometimes you may be waiting 4 to 6 weeks to do that. So what I always do is take a bore snake. This will get out 90% of your dirt, and you put the end with the weight on it through the tip. And I actually got this from Walmart, surprisingly enough. I didn't think I'd find it there, but I did. And see, it'll come out of the bottom right here. Pull it out. And once the string part is through, it'll start feeding the actual cleaning with the cleaning rope. And it's got these things on it, kind of like that brush right there. They're tough. It's almost like sandpaper that you're putting through there. And it's kind of hard to get through this, so you'll kick it over and actually pull it through like this. And you'll have to work at it a little bit. One time is good enough, unless you've shot this thing and you can see the dirt that it actually will remove out of there. That'll remove a lot of stuff so that you can get a little bit, you know, more intense cleaning with this and not damage your gun. So now, next step is you're gonna figure out which brush actually will go into this thing without causing any more damage than you need. So I usually just put on a little extender like that and feed it through there and see if it's kind of loose, which that one's kind of tight, and it looks like that is the smallest one I have, so that's gonna have to work. So what we're gonna do is get our cleaning rod here and put it together. Okay, so next step, I'm trying to get through this, guys, so it's not a super long video. You're gonna wanna put this brush in one time and take it out over there. So brush in, through the barrel, all the way out, comes out, take it off, send back, take this out, put this on. This is your barb. Okay, and what you're gonna wanna do, and we're trying to kind of hurry so that this video is not, 3 hours long. Put this on. You're gonna wanna feed this through until no dirt comes out. Okay, and this is gonna go through just the same way you send it. Before you get done with your barrel, soak it in oil, gun oil, and kind of rub it around. I always just right here on the stock part, and then shove it through your barrel. Cut your pad loose enough to where you can send it through a couple times and lubricate it really good. It should come out looking like that. And we've shot a bunch of rags through the barrel, just to make sure it's clean. And if your barb is loose enough and your rag is loose enough, you can go ahead and shoot it back, and you can see you got minimal dirt. You're gonna wanna do this until it comes back completely white like this. That means you have no more residue left on that whatsoever. Last step before you put this gun together, be semi-generous with the oil on this bolt. You'll feel it kind of pull up and twist. Lubricate this semi-generously. Not over, no gun wants to be over lubricated. So just put enough oil in there. Okay, now this is the tricky part. You're gonna wanna put your handle in. Okay, so that'll kind of snap in there. You'll get the hang of it after you do it a couple times. This always faces forward, guys. Easiest way to remember that is there's your gas block right there. Okay, you can take a Q-tip or something like that and clean it out. I just always kind of feed that in. Like I said, this is the kind of tricky part here. We're gonna go about this a different way. Okay, like I said, once you get the charging handle in, always kind of tricky putting that in, and then it'll just kind of snap, and you'll feel it snap. Okay, this should go in with no effort. Okay, lock that in. Then you'll know you have it put back together. This will, obviously you got to lift this back up. Snap, lock. Okay, and before this is all put up, this is what I do. This is why I keep my clip with me. Load it, close your dust cover, pull the charging handle back, lock it. That'll move freely. Make sure your bolt will slam forward, and make sure it'll fire. Okay, all tension's off of it. The gun was put back successfully and right. And the only other thing I wanted to show you guys was this product right here. The rim oil wipes. Big fan of them, because before you put it into a safe, plastic, metal especially, and I'll put it down here so you can see it in the camera. Wipe your barrel real good with it. It's got oil and Teflon. It's like a Teflon based cleaner, and you want to put it on there generously, because this will keep the gun from corroding. And what you don't realize is when you take these things and put them in a garage that has no heating or cooling, moisture gets into your garage, especially if your springtime is anything like ours is here in Oklahoma. It can rust them out real easy, and this will keep it looking new. Try to get minimal on the handle. This handle is made of just various different materials, and I know that you don't want to get a whole lot of oil on it because they become real like brittle after time if you do. So you just want to put it on the actual materials on the gun and not the handle itself, just to kind of preserve it. Anyways, that's it, guys. It's done, cleaned, and we're ready to put it back up in the safe until next time. And also make sure and like our videos and subscribe to this channel, because we have some very cool stuff coming up to show you, not just cleaning videos, but firing videos. And we have something that we're going to film here within the next week or two that I guarantee you that 95% of you have not seen yet. A new gun that we're going to feature on our channel. So thanks. See you next time.